And we are live. Greetings, friends. Happy Friday. On Fridays, we comment on Red Dead 1. Welcome to the Red Dead Redemption 1 commentary and live playthrough. Levi Elijah, greetings. O-Dog, welcome, friend. Always happy to see you in the chat. Red 2, greetings. We're starting the game. I have been playing this game all week. I am, I think, 45% in. We just finished, we just got betrayed by the Mexican army, and now we're siding with the rebels. Yeah, we're in Mexico. We're almost finished with Mexico. And I gotta tell you, after 11 or 12 hours in this game, a little bit bored. A little bit bored with Mexico. But we'll talk about it. Starting in Blackwater. There's John in the back. Note the old lady in purple. All these people will be on the train. And a steam donkey with an automobile. 1910 was an odd year to place this game, to place a Western game. I'm not sure what they're trying to achieve there, Rockstar. Also, Red Dead 1 is way more political than Red Dead 2. Way more. And that seems deliberate. That seems part of some sort of agenda. I hate that font. Blackwater is a little fancier in 1910. O-Dog, how are you, friend? Levi Elijah says, on Halloween this year, you should play Undead Nightmare. Excellent suggestion, Levi. I was already planning to do that. So that, yes, that will happen. It will probably take all week. We'll have a Halloween week. John's back on the train. Interestingly, Bonnie is also on this train. And Red Dead Redemption, or as we call it in this playthrough, Red Dead 1. I had, I wasn't trying for... I was basically just trying to survive and play through the missions. I didn't care about headshots and trophies. Knight says, oh, hello there, Superantonio. Hello, friend. Appreciate you being here. Happy Friday. The ladies still wear purple. O-Dog says, trying to catch as much as I can. Casino in the morning, so I can't be up late. Munching on some original Lays and root beer. I love both root beer and original Lays. And I wish you luck in the morning, O-Dog. Luck be a lady tonight. Knight says, I've played this game before. It was a masterpiece. Wouldn't go that far to call it a masterpiece. Not compared to, especially when you compare it to Red Dead 2. But, it's fun. I'm enjoying it. Levi Elijah says, Red Dead 2, it's really good, not as good as Red Dead. Red 2, it's really good, not as good as Red Dead 2 in my opinion. My opinion as well. It's hard for me, it's hard for me to, play it from the perspective of I don't know about Red Dead 2. Like, if I played this in 2010, would I just be blown away? Because that train seems to be gliding on the tracks. It doesn't seem to be, operating like a train, especially that part. It just seems to be gliding across. O-Dog says, at the time, this was a masterpiece. Y'all are awfully spoiled. Yes, indeed we are, O-Dog. J-Lash says, how's it going, Superantonio and chat? It's going very well, J-Lash. We are living after midnight and rocking till the dawn. Red Tooth says, thank you. You're very well. You're very welcome, Red Two. I don't think you were saying thank you to me.
Money isn't everything. There are many things that money cannot buy.
It seems that money can buy.
Also, there seems to be, especially in this opening sequence, there's a lot of politics, and there's a lot of mention of the savagery of the Native Americans, the taming of this land, and the hypocrisy of religion used to acquire land, and the politics involved in that. A lot of politics in Red Dead 1. Way more than necessary. Might be one of the reasons why they said it in 1910. 1910 seems so anachronistic.
It's so confusing, Father.
Levi Elisha says, in 2010, I remember my PS3 playing it until the game corrupted. Yeah, we crashed this game once in New Mexico on the PS4. And this is the re-release.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Bush. Armadillo.
The good news is it's easy enough to replay missions. They'll give you the complete cutscenes, and we didn't really customize this John at all. So we didn't lose any footage. J-Lash says, right on. Yes, I wanted to listen to that Judas Priest song, and then I wanted to listen to the covers by the Donnas. I don't know if you know that band. It's an all-girl band from the 90s and early aughts. They're really cute. Then we just wanted to explore a bit, see what we could do and what we couldn't do, and if there was anything to pick up, and how to move. I'm making an effort not to play Red Dead 2 during this playthrough, just so I can develop Red Dead 1 playing reflexes, because it's very confusing. L2 does nothing. We can't interact with NPCs. It's really hard to control John. We haven't even now, after 12 hours, haven't really figured out fighting. I mean, shooting, yeah, fine, but like melees and knife and fist, that's still kind of confusing. Nothing in those chests. We can knock things over. We can't run into people. Well, we can kind of run into people. We can run into people on the horse, and that's funny. So that's one of John's signature things that he does in this playthrough. Right now, we're just kind of fooling around. See, we can grab that horse if we wanted. We can grab any horse you want. Red 2 says, how are you? I believe that is directed at the chat, and in particular, you, O-Dog. These X's are very helpful. X marks the cutscene. And X marks the cutscene. Levi Elijah says, I wonder what would happen if Red Dead 1 John dueled Arthur, no tuberculosis. That would be a close match, because Red Dead 1 John is in his prime. I want to make a video, Red Dead 1 John versus Red Dead 2 John, because Red Dead 1 John is more articulate, he's better read, he's more confident and assured of himself, he's more of a man. They changed his character in Red Dead 2. And we can jump up on the bar. Just thought we'd cause a little trouble and explore a bit. Pardon me, sir. Beautiful sunsets in New Austin. This part of the game I enjoyed more than Mexico. And I remember my first Undead Nightmare playthrough, I got bored with Mexico. Couldn't really tell you why. It's just I hate to use the word diverse, but it's not a diverse enough landscape. There's not enough to do. The missions are repetitive. I hate the hunting. And it's just not as interesting as the time we spent with Bonnie and on that side of the map. Levi Elijah says, is that Sadie in the background? Yes, she's down here. She's asleep. Hold on, see if you can see her. There she is. Well, there's some of her. I set up a chair here for the live streams. She's supposed to co-host and sit up, but she wants to sleep through it. She is. And Sadie is sleeping on the job. That's okay. She had a long day. Big day.
Why'd they leave?
Well, I ain't entirely sure. I heard they had to go up north to fight Indians, or maybe they got tired of being soldiers and went looking for gold. You know how things is.
Yeah, beautiful sunsets as always. The sunset technology has not changed. Interesting, the leap in graphics and gamesmanship, playability, and immersion from Red Dead 1 to Red Dead 2. I do not believe we will experience such a leap in Red Dead 3 from Red Dead 2. But we'll see when GTA 6 comes out.
I doubt it. I ain't planning on staying very
When we start seeing playthroughs of that. Red Dead 2 is pretty darn perfect.
I'm a married man, I'm afraid.
Odog says it's a big leap, friend. Yes, it was. It's amazing, the leap in technology, and I don't think we'll get another leap like that for Red Dead 3 if we ever do get a Red Dead 3. Also, it's easy to forget it's 1910 once you get into the game. Odog says, tons more memory to render forest and landscape. Yes, I agree, but again, it's so worth it.
Let's go. Easy.
And John's first horse is, it's called a war horse. It's nothing, it's not in our dens. But it makes sense where Arthur gets an Iron Grey Ardennes in the first as a bonus horse, because it's a Red Dead 1 reference.
Listen, mister. This here's what's left of Fort Mercer. Some
Bill and Javier, well, Bill at first, same, as you know, same voice actor.
This is where we part ways, friend.
Slightly different character, a little more confident, more assured of himself, now the leader of his own gang. But we wouldn't know that in 2010, playing this cold, and I really wish I could. Levi Elisha says, I remember when your voice sounded kind of young, like you were 20. I felt like you were scared of making videos. How far have you come? Yeah, I had to get comfortable. I had to get comfortable in front of the mic. I had to project confidence. It's a skill that I had to learn. Odog says there's a cougar out there. Yeah, we got one. Didn't even try for a headshot. We just blasted it. Just like live streams are another skill set entirely. You have to get comfortable in front of the camera. You have to learn how to fill the air with words like they do on talk radio. I used to love talk radio. I was fascinated with the idea that you could have a career just by having conversations, by talking about current events, talking about the news, giving your opinion and letting your audience get to know you personally.
Go away now, John.
And I try to do something similar with these live streams. It's more of a hangout, as if we were like hanging out on the couch playing this video game, or I'm playing it and you're watching it, and we're just talking about it. We're talking about the game, and we're talking about life. We're talking about what's happening. 9 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. Happy Friday. Free Roam Fridays has been suspended while we do the Red Dead 1 playthrough. Tomorrow, for movie night, we're going to be watching The Way of the Dragon with Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris from 1972. And then on Sundays and Mondays, we will return to the cutscene commentaries. So we're going to finish up the cutscene commentaries. Fridays, for the foreseeable future, will definitely be the Red Dead 1 playthrough. So we'll do part 2 on Friday, and finish up the cutscenes. We will be here's Bill. We will be doing Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger from, I believe, 1986 or 1988, co-hosted by ODog's friend David V, channel member and moderator. ODog says, hell yes, Master Lee. Yeah, Bruce Lee. I was there was no question. I already made the thumbnail. I made the thumbnail immediately. It's like, oh yeah, I can talk about Bruce Lee for days. ODog says, Bill lost weight and got uglier. Yes, everyone got uglier in 1910. The rendering of NPCs are cruder, more wooden. John wants to shoot that buzzard. He thinks it's a condor. Levi Elijah says, do you know a YouTuber named The Game Theorist? I don't. Never heard of them. ODog says, John didn't LOL. Here's Bonnie. There's really no reason why she picked up this Joker, this half-dead Joker. I can't understand why she did it. Why would you do that? Except she saw him on the train, so she felt a connection with him. New friends, old problems. Yes, indeed. And we set up in Bonnie's camp. Why would she do this? She gives him a cabin. ODog says kindness. Yeah.
Well, you're alive.
I really like Bonnie. She's probably my favorite character in Red Dead 1.
Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
And I do want to make a Bonnie versus Sadie video.
I was doing something stupid.
Because
You'll be okay.
I may like her more than Sadie.
Doctor said you'd be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Also, I believe they're
Cost us $15.
basically just the same character who took different paths in their lives. ODog says, I still prefer Sadie.
Was that why you went straight out?
Yeah, I mean, I have to play the game all the way through to, it's like we rescued her, and then we immediately went to Mexico, and we haven't had any more Bonnie missions.
Bonnie McFarlane.
Well, you may be right, Miss McFarlane. I don't know.
So we're just shooting our way through Mexico, looking for Bill and Javier, and trying to get back to Bonnie to see what's up.
For old time's sake.
You know Bill Williamson?
Knew him. Long time ago.
Well, what was he like?
In fact, I went in my playthrough today. I went back to Bonnie's ranch
See my hat.
just to finish out some stranger missions, some of those purple dots on the map, because I was bored with Mexico.
Now I'm gonna take my time and go after him the less kind way.
Well, that sounds very fun, Mr. Marston. Quite heroic.
ODog says, she's a sweetheart. Yes, she is.
Meanwhile, if you'll excuse me, I've got a ranch to run. Of course, if you're feeling better, why not take a ride with me later and help me patrol the
I like her accent. I like how she says, Mr. Marston.
doctor's bills.
Levi Elisha says, I was watching Starheart's channel the other day. Yes,
My life for me.
she's very prolific.
Marston, I strongly recommend you don't try to lose it quite so earnestly.
I'll bear that.
She did an LA Noire playthrough probably a couple years ago now that I just loved. I like when she does playthroughs of complete games, which she has done a lot. And I try not to watch her story mode because I don't want to overlap, but I will watch her Red Dead Online and GTA Online just so I can see what's going on in Red Dead Online. Levi Elijah says, it was good. It was bounty hunting, Red Dead Online. Yes, she is the lady in red. Let's go see what Bonnie wants. Oh, let's check out our horses first. Not that one, that's Bonnie's. But literally, you can take any horse you want, and John is enjoying running into all these ranch hands. But really, I was just trying to fool around with the horse and see what we could do with it. And we didn't really know how to fight. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay, we'll be good this time, and we will join Bonnie at the big house.
Let's go.
Odog is laughing. We need to make you laugh, Odog.
Mr. Marsh, it sure is nice to see you back on your feet again. How are you feeling?
Oh, I've been worse.
Levi Elijah says, I wish the fire horse from Red Dead Undead Nightmare was in Red Dead 2. It is. It's called the Red Chestnut Arabian. I like these pant skirt combos that Bonnie wears.
That's the foreman's office up ahead and the stockade.
It's convenient. I mean, it's feminine, but she can still ride Western style. And it's probably very handy on the ranch.
Hop on up. You won't bite. Come on then. I'll show you around the property.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pants, but they're very feminine. Kind of like chaps. As opposed to Mrs. Adler, who just full-on wears pants. Serena says, hi, Antonio. Sorry I'm late. I made it. Serena, you never have to apologize. Everyone say hi to Serena. Serena, welcome to the Red Dead 1 playthrough and live commentary. As you can see, we're just fooling around the ranch. We just met Bonnie. She saved us. I have no idea why she would save us and give us a cabin of our own and a free horse and later a carbine repeater.
Very proud of it.
I can see why.
You should watch us break the Broncos sometime. I'm sure
Odog mentions we've only been here 10 minutes. Yes, indeed.
I'm sure he.
You're not late at all, and you never have to apologize. Levi Elijah says, Star Hearts, hey, I was telling them about how good your videos are.
There's the train station up ahead.
That must have its advantages.
You'd think, but the railway's done more harm to us than good.
We're just kind of touring the ranch. And think how big this ranch is that it has its own train station. Think how much this land is worth in 2024. If it's still, I hope it's still owned by the McFarlane family. Starheart says, is that Jenny on the train before that was in the gang? Can't be, because this is set in 1910, 11 years after Red Dead 2. It's very hard for me to keep the two timelines, to keep track of them, but that's a good catch, Serena. Odog was watching my Michigan Wolverines win the college football national championship. Shout out to the Wolverines. Go Wolverines. And Serena says, oh, thank you, Levi. And hello, Levi.
Well, are we going inside?
Yeah, she noticed him on the train. She liked him. She liked the cut of his jib. What do we got? Nothing.
How about a cold drink, Mr. Marston?
Thank you, ma'am.
She invites him in the house.
Riding a horse seems to take it out of you.
Very forward and progressive for a man she doesn't know,
Sure.
who seems like an outlaw.
Show you the house.
Odog says,
Sit
that
for a while.
looks like Old Boy. Yes, it does. I'm sure that was also deliberate.
Mr. Marston.
Miss McFarland.
And John
remember
falls
me telling you
asleep.
about the trouble we've been having with rustlers and other undesirables?
I do.
Cruz
We
for
have
the
keep watch
World
on the property
Peace
line this evening?
asks, do you think that Bonnie secretly had a thing for rugged Western outlaw-looking types? Yes, I do, friend. So that's why she saved John. Or was it just a coincidence? Yeah, she saw him on the train. I was talking about that earlier. Why would she save him? That seems, and give him a free cabin and basically adopt him and a free carbine repeater and a free horse. So yeah, she has a thing for him. She saw him on the train. She's interested. She's, she's as flirty as a gentlewoman can be in 1910
Keep your eyes peeled for anything
without being forward or without seeming forward. Very modern for 1910. Odog says she's almost better for him than Abigail. Well, yeah, but John's loyal. I agree. I like her way more than Abigail, but John has history with Abigail.
we should make quite a
And, but this lady technically is an heiress. Uncle would approve. Serena says, Antonio and everyone, I have uploaded more videos. The Stranger one with John and Red Dead Redemption 1 too. Yes, I saw.
damn rabbits are at the crops again.
Levi Elisha says, I will go watch them after this. And Serena says, oh, Levi, thank you.
Then, time to put that bloodlust of yours to good use.
Odog says, that bridge heads out and the road leads to Thieves Landing. We gotta shoot some rabbits first. Do like the targeting in this game. This magnet target. I didn't turn it off. I didn't care. We just want to get through. This is technically our first playthrough. Yeah, and we're not exploring. We're exploring a little bit, but I didn't want to open up the map. I didn't want to go back to Beecher's Hope and see what's there. I might make a save and just go early and see, and then reload the save so it's gone. Because I'm curious. Then it was hard. We were trying to find that darn rabbit, that last one. And this is the last time a rabbit will be red on the map. And he's glitched into the fence. Odog says, be right back. Need more chips. Oh, I love chips. I can't even remember the last time I've had chips. Now I want chips. Serena, how are you? Happy Friday. Happy Saturday for you. We're going to watch a Bruce Lee movie tomorrow. And then David, David from the chat, moderator and channel member, is going to co-host Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger from 1986, I believe. Then after that, I think we'll watch the 47 Ronin with Keanu Reeves, which was, I believe, the movie he made just before John Wick. It didn't do that well at the box office, but still trying to find that darn rabbit. But I like it. It's a samurai movie. Serena says, yes, I'm good. It's so hot today. Hate the heat. Well, that's a shame, Serena, because the heat does not hate you. There, we finally get that thing. Serena says, looking forward to the movie tomorrow. Yeah, it's Bruce Lee. It's a classic. He fights set in Rome. He fights Chuck Norris in the Colosseum. Serena says, I really enjoyed movie night last week. I thought you would. I'm so happy that you did. We'll do it again. This time you can pick the movie. However, it's got to be a movie you like. It's got to be a movie that's available on YouTube. But yeah, you can pick the movie next time. And it doesn't have to be a Western. It can be any movie. It just has to be a movie you like, a movie you enjoy. So it can be a rom-com. I don't care. It'd be fun. Now we shoot coyotes. And I believe John was worried about hitting livestock in here. We kind of have Deadeye. Serena says, yes, for sure, have to be movie that hasn't got rude stuff. Yes, O-Dog picked Beverly Hills Cop, which is kind of naughty. But yeah, you can pick a movie. Whatever you want. It'd be fun to watch.
Well, we got rid of the coyotes. I just wish we'd saved all the chickens. Let's go. I'll take you back to your room.
And we can shoot chickens. Serena says, does it have to be Australian movie? No, it can just be whatever whatever your favorite movie is that you can find on YouTube.
Maybe Bill Williamson did get lucky after all.
That's available for free with ads.
You're a useful man to have around the
I don't want movie nights to have a theme. I just want them to be, my favorite movies or the mod's favorite movies. Sometimes Western movies, but mostly just movies I like and movies that I want to share with you. Serena, does it have to be Western? No, not at all. It can be anything.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Marston. Makes me kind
I want to use the I want to use movie night to bring in new viewers.
Good night, Miss McFarland.
Christian Taylor says, love the videos. Thank you, friend. Appreciate you being here, and the videos love you. Serena says, okay, Antonio, I will look. Hopefully be on YouTube. Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll find something, I'm sure. There's a lot of movies available. And we can reload on ammo. Serena says, who are you doing movie night with next? We're going to do movie night with Sadie next, but she's probably going to sleep through it like she is tonight. And then David the week after that. Serena says, Antonio, I got more subs. Excellent, Serena. I'm very happy to hear that. We'll get you to 1K sooner than you think. Odok says, Beverly Hills Cop, The Fugitive, anything with Clint Eastwood. Yeah, I just saw that Two Mules for Sister Sarah is available. So we'll watch that at some point. That's a good movie. Odog is back. Replenished with chips. Serena says, don't think I've heard of that movie, Levi. Levi Elisha says, I have one. It's called Where the Red Fern Grows, 2003. Is it available on YouTube, is my question, Levi. If it is, I'll take a look at it. Serena says, I like the movie Three Fugitives. I don't know that movie. And here we are at Hennigan Stead. Note the map is basically, it's not open, but it's but everything's listed. And also you can buy maps at the general store. Also note the red theme to the menu. They really overdid the red in this game. But it's the game, because I'm playing it from a Red Dead 2 perspective, just seems washed out and not grainy exactly, but crudely rendered, even though I'm sure it was state of the art in 2010 and beautiful. Levi Elijah says, yes, free with ads. It has no bad stuff. Okay, I'll look for it. Serena says, with Nick Nolte, there's a little girl in it. I think it's one of the kids' father. Okay, well, send me an email, send me the link, or, talk to me on PS4 and we'll set it up. And back to Bonnie's we go.
Marston, how are you doing today?
Mr. Marston. I love how she calls him Mr. Marston. I love her accent.
Thank you. So, how are
Serena, so many movies, hard to decide, LOL. Well, we're going to be doing
you? Good.
movie night on Saturdays indefinitely.
You know, you never did tell me how you met that Bill Williamson or what you wanted from him.
Every Saturday, it's a thing.
Well, why not?
Odog says, and this pushed PS3 to the max, systemically. Interesting.
See, it's a complicated and somewhat pathetic tale. And by telling you
There's a lot of detail.
from danger, but
It's
also
beautiful
threatening lives
in
of
its own
people that I hold
in its own way,
Why apologize?
in its own right historically, I guess.
And I apologize.
I
for
just
my
wish I
reticence.
had played it
Believe me when I say that it's simply
before I
out of
played Red Dead 2.
Of course, Mr. Marston. I understand that a city dweller such as
Serena
yourself
says, okay, not sure if it's on my YouTube. I'll look and make sure it's on my YouTube. Serena, just search for YouTube movies free with ads and see what, and you will find a bunch. Serena says, where's David? Yes, indeed. Where's David? Probably working. Levi Elijah says, I have a theory that is Sadie. They just don't remember and she changed her name.
If it makes you happy.
That's an interesting theory. I'm going to make a video comparing those two ladies. Odog says, if I'd known you, you'd had a blast playing with me and my roommate. That's the thing about video games is, you've got, it's more than the game. It's memories of playing the game, where you were. It's, space and time. We did so horribly at this race. It's embarrassing. I really thought, because I have Red Dead 2 skills, that I could just smoke her. And it's just horrifying how bad we are. Because I have no idea how to work that horse in Red Dead 1. Also, it's interesting that they use the same race mechanics in Red Dead Online with these fire smoke things. Christian Taylor says, who do you think is the better protagonist, John Marston or Arthur Morgan? Well, Arthur, of course. This is Arthur's channel, but John in Red Dead 1 is his own man. I love John in Red Dead 1 as opposed to John in Red Dead 2. I want to make a video comparing the two and how his character changed. He's so more fully developed and capable and confident and articulate and well-read in Red Dead 2 than he is in Red Dead 1 than he is in Red Dead 2. Excuse me. It's hard to keep track of the timeline. Odog is laughing at John's horrible racing skills. Serena says, I did it first. I did it again. I won. Get used to the controls. Yeah, I'm like, this is the first playthrough. I have Red Dead 2 reflexes. I don't know what we're doing in Red Dead 1. Odog says, Arthur's world's better, but it's not a fair contrast. I would have to agree that it's not fair. John in Red Dead 1 is superb. He's fantastic. He's a legend. Wodoc says, "Yeah, not bad for the first time." I left in just all our fails, all the times we died. I'm just gonna show you everything. There's a wagon. We had to take Luisa's sister to the river on a wagon, and that went horrifyingly disastrously. However, we did win the chariot race. Finally.
Let's go.
Serena says, Antonio, I tried to get that lady where Arthur was captive. Didn't spawn for me still. Yeah, just that happens at night. Okay, the one where the man wants you to save her and she's down in the basement. That happens at night. So just make a save like on the trail with John and then just keep reloading it and it'll happen.
That was
I'm
fun.
sure it will.
Sure.
You know, you should go pay the marshal a visit in Armadillo sometime.
Just keep reloading the save and exiting the game and
I might just do that.
and re-entering the game, leaving the area and coming back. It'll happen. And what now? Yes, Serena, it'll happen, you just gotta be patient. Levi Elisha says, I have a basketball game, so I need to sleep. But tomorrow, after the game, I can watch the movie. Yeah, you'll enjoy it. It's Bruce Lee. Thanks for being here, Levi. We'll see you soon. We'll see you soon, friend. Odak says, John actually looks better here than Red Dead 2 and more filled out. Looks like a man. Well, he is a man. He's in his mid-30s. Odak says, good luck, Levi. Yeah, he's in his prime here. Serena asks, you play basketball, Levi? Yes, I believe he does. Then we can fast travel, but I thought, especially early on, we would just kind of open up the map and travel there by horse and see what happens. Also, we can just get used to working with the horse. And here is the first of many pseudo condors that John feels threatened by. They're not really condors, they're hawks. But John thinks they're condors. Random horse. We saw many random horses in this playthrough. What's that about?
Let's go.
Levi Elijah says, yeah, I play. I'm scared. Last year they beat us. Don't be scared. Just have fun. I mean, competition is good, yes, but you're supposed to have fun. That condor was looking at John funny, even though it wasn't a condor. Serena said, I enjoyed going on Stagecoach without skipping on Red Dead 1. It was good. I don't think we've really done Stagecoaches that much because they're expensive and we really haven't figured out how to get money except for looting and, you know, completing missions. I haven't really done any bounty hunters, kind of like fooling around with the stranger missions. How's the in-game audio versus my audio? Chat. These birds are really bugging John. Odog says, awful, can't hear game at all. Hold on. Hold on. How's that, Odog? Serena says, it's taxi coach. Drive around the map in Red Dead 2. You can't. And here's the sheriff. Odog, how's that? How is the in-game audio now?
Excuse me.
Hey, you gotta
The audio levels, Odog says, much better. The audio levels of Red Dead 1 versus Red Dead 2
Shut up,
in the
you.
raw files are
Now what you want?
My
completely
name's
different.
John Marston. You wanted to speak to me.
I did?
Now I'm going to have to
So-
lower audio for
Why?
I guess because
I hope I
we're both in the
remember.
business of the
I should
law.
make a note of it.
You that fella from the train company,
I'm ready.
No, I'm from
Cutscene
Fort Mercer.
audio
Fort Mercer.
with
You
an
the
exclamation point.
Williamson boys.
Calm down.
Go on, shoot him,
Okay.
mister. Shoot him.
Come what you
We're
get
set.
kid with me, boy?
What's
Serena
going
says,
on
in my
here?
recent video I uploaded Red Dead 1, I had to do bounties to get my honor up. I accidentally pressed
I got
wrong
more
button,
than idiots
LOL.
give Marshall's a bad name.
It's so easy in this game,
Calm
especially
down.
coming from Red Dead 2. These deputies are
Be the man from
useless.
Yes, sir. Listen, that dog ain't too bright, but he seems loyal.
Jonah, get out of here for a minute.
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson, sir. And you. Oh, I done seen enough of your hide around here, friend.
I think there's some school children down the way you can go and frighten.
Oh, hardy fucking
Odog says, Serena, we're still going to link up, my
Doing
dear.
here, Mr. Marston? Apart from frightening my deputies.
I'm here to capture or kill Bill Williamson.
Okay.
Can you help me?
Serena says, yeah, for sure, Odog. And
He's
Odog
outside
says,
my
try tomorrow
jurisdiction.
for a
In
bit.
the next county.
Yeah. Have fun.
Of
Enjoy.
course, Bill Williamson and his boys have tended to keep themselves away from my town.
I want all of you to be friends outside of the chat. That is my, I mean, Odog, my finest achievement, I think, in this
My job
channel
is to keep this town
is
safe, not
getting
clean
you
up
and
all
David to
these
be
free
such good
counties.
friends.
It's hard enough
That's
for
what I
our-
like. That's
You
what
know,
I want. Is
I hear
just
you speak. Suddenly
everyone to
I'm alive
develop
and powerful.
relationships
Some of the people I
outside
respected most
of
in my life had a
the
problem with
channel.
authority. What's wrong with you?
Well, I'm sure you and your fine friends have enjoyed spending your time running around pursuing
That's how I know we have a real community here.
my cause.
When there's bond,
Keep
you
this
know, when
town
there's
from
bonding
turning
and
into a living
fellowship
hell for the folks who live here.
outside of the chat. Serena says, I really miss the snow, even though there is snow in game. It's not the same, LOL. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of sad that the holidays are over.
I got the railway, the people who pay my
I'm already
salary
planning
don't
my
get me to
holiday
fly and die to
decorations
them
for
burnt
next
down
year.
settlements up there. I got a bunch of cattle rustlers out nearby.
Serena says I only have a few videos left of snow, and Odog says I'm glad it's gone from GTA. It was hard to drive.
Over in the saloon, drunk, threatening to shoot up the whole town.
Well, GTA is set in Southern California,
Really, give me
so
about
it's very
2 days.
anachronistic to have snow out there.
All right, tell you what.
And GTA 6, I believe, is in Miami.
Let's go deal with them hoods in the saloon. Then we'll discuss Williamson.
Serena says, I love the snow in GTA. Well, Serena, you just
Okay,
kind of
well.
love snow. I know you do. You've got snow in the
Persistent little
brain.
Gus, ain't you?
Only when things matter.
Come on then, Marston. Follow me.
So who we looking for?
Bunch of two-bit hoodlums, led by this fella called Walton. Goddamn road agents who prey on the stage.
Yeah, walking and driving or riding horses is just like holding the X. It's not the tap X from Red Dead 2.
Drink in your saloon.
Happy? No.
Serena says, I know LOL. Yes.
They're
Snowbrain.
there than out robbing decent folk.
So that was really hard for me to figure out. I have to lose my Red Dead 2 reflexes.
We ain't the government.
And the only way to do it, that I know to do that, is to just not play Red Dead 2
There's the dumb
and
rat
power
bastard
through this
now.
game.
Let's follow him. See what kind of hole he crawls into.
Walton's the top screw. Let's get after him.
Also, interestingly,
Get after
I don't know what the significance is. There's a lot more cutscenes, it feels like, in Red Dead 1 than there is in Red Dead 2.
If Walton's as bad as you say he is, why don't we just beef him now while we got the chance?
Serena says, yes, it was hard to drive my
how the law works.
Kunara armored car.
And alive.
It was good in the snow.
Talk.
Doesn't sound like he's a man to be reasoned.
That's a message for you, O-Dog, I'm sure.
Days of my hospitality, and he'll be telling me what I need to know.
But West Dixon will make us an armored wagon in this game. We did that mission, the raid on Fort Mercer. We won't see it tonight. We're just kind of fooling around, getting the hang of things.
Stay with me, for Christ's sake. Hold up, Marshal. He must be at the old Pleasance house. Probably best we take it on foot from here.
Let's go.
Yeah.
The controls are so twitchy. The horse controls. O-Dog says, it is. I don't drive one anymore. I use one of the insurgents to anti-grief oppressors.
Damn. Take cover. We'll work our way up this hill.
See, we did surprisingly well up until we got to the bounty because we don't have a lasso, so we couldn't take him alive. And I was trying to like knock him out, but couldn't really figure that out. O-Dog says, when I play in a lobby.
Get to that crate. I got you covered. Watch out for that bastard behind the rock.
So regrettably, we have to do this a bunch of times. This is only the first. But I'm pretty happy with our shooting skills, at least. Serena says, I did real good on the races on PS3 with wagons in this game. Don't know how I go. Again, it's been a while. Yeah, that chariot race, that was horrifying. But we figured it out. I did a replay.
Put a window in your skull, Walton.
See, this last guy we're supposed to take alive. We don't have a lasso. See, we're trying to L2 him, and we have no help. Let's try that again, shall we? Serena says, I haven't got insurgent or oppressor costs. Costs too much. Well, you can always make more money. Serena. We had close to $1,000 in this game, but then we bought a bolt action. Good old Bolty.
You brought help, did you? What?
Serena says, I lost my vigilante car. Looks like Batman's car. Can't find it anywhere. And O-Dog says, I won all three at the casino. O-Dog's very lucky. You are, O-Dog. You won, because you want a big screen TV, a 55-inch TV.
You ain't that tough, Walton.
You've got the knack.
You could have hit a fool's ass with a bag full of banjos.
O-Dog says, plus I bought them.
That was close.
Serena says, nice, O-Dog. See, we can't take him alive. Now we're going to try to punch him. Try to knock him out. Really don't know what we're doing. Can't block. And we chase him. Bodog says, put in a ticket with Rockstar, and yeah, that TV is quite nice. David's in the house with LOLO. David, greetings, friend. Happy Friday. Serena says, there he is. Hi, David. And Odog says, sup, Davy boy.
I'll cover you. There's one behind the crate. Take him down.
David, we're doing a Red Dead 1 playthrough. Tomorrow night we shall watch The Way of the Dragon, which you will recall is Bruce Lee with Chuck Norris in Rome. David says, hello, my dear Starhearts. And Odog says, David, come play some GTA with us. Yeah, David, go for it. Also, David, what's for dinner? David says, I don't have it. And we just shot him because why not?
Not a bad shot, Mr. Marston. Why don't you check in with me next time you're in town?
I don't want to be no policeman, Marshal.
But now that I think about it in retrospect, we didn't get the lasso. I mean, we didn't get the mission where we get the lasso from Bonnie before this mission came up. I mean, we didn't have the option between the two. This was the only mission available. So how are we supposed to take that Joker alive? Unless we can knock him out. And then this is where Marston discovered that looting bodies is an excellent cash stream revenue. Odog says, we could posse up with Serena at least, do some missions. Serena says, Deadeye hard for me in this game till I get used to it. Yeah, Deadeye's confusing. Again, we have the Red Dead 2 reflexes. I never cared about collecting, you know, the ammo collection in Red Dead 2. I don't care about because I prefer express rounds, which you can pretty much only get from the gunsmith. But here, it's, you know, ammo collection is a godsend from looting. You almost don't have to resupply at the general store if you loot everybody. David says, I have a level 10 or so online. I'm sure that's enough for you to have fun, David. See that Bonnie mission that appeared on the map? I'm pretty sure that's the lasso mission with the horses. Lots of random horses in this game. And we can pretty much take any horse we want. Let's take this Appaloosa American Paint Hybrid. David says, what's for dinner, Mr. Super Antonio? I had, you'll be proud to know, taco salad. And it was delicious. I'm still thinking about it now. With half an avocado on top of it. I really like the crunch of the chips and the creaminess of the cheese and the cold crunch of the salad and the different kind of creaminess of the avocado. It was delicious. I still have half an avocado left. I'm going to have the other half tomorrow night. I mean tomorrow We'll either have more taco salad or I'll make a sandwich out of it. Serena says, yes, David, we can build it up, get ranked up. Yes, David, Serena knows all the tricks for Red Dead Online. She can get you ranked up fast. David says, oh my LOL. I thought you'd like taco salads. That sounds like something you'd eat. What did you have, David? David says, was just there getting the cougar in Red Dead 2, I believe.
Let's go.
John is very distracted by all these pseudo condors. Odog says, doesn't matter, David, I'm low level too. We're just doing missions with her. David says, taquitos. Yeah, see? Put that on top of a salad and you got yourself a taquito salad. I'm really enjoying saladifying pretty much every meal I have. Salads make every meal better when you either put it on top or you put whatever on top of the salad. Serena says, we probably have Hungry Jack's or McDonald's for dinner. Too hot to cook. Don't know Hungry Jack's. That must be an Australian.
There you go.
I will look that up. Hungry Jack's menu.
Hell of a storm last month. Hell of a storm. I can only put the Jeb Murphy name on top items.
David says, it's summer for you.
I hope you keep protecting.
Yeah, Serena says, then I will upload the missions we do. Yeah, see? Texan Bacon Deluxe, Texan Jack's Fried Chicken, Texan Grilled Chicken. A lot of Texas-themed food type things. Hungry Jack's has kind of a Burger King logo, Serena. Grilled Masters Pulled Pork and Angus, Double Bacon Egg, Turkish Brekkie Roll. Let's see. I would probably get the Texas Bacon Deluxe, but the Grill Masters Pulled Pork also looks good. What's this frozen Fanta bubblegum sour apple storm bubblegum shake? I don't ever want a bubblegum shake. No, thank you. Oh, Serena says Hungry Jack's used to be Burger King. Oh, that's interesting. What happened to Burger King? Is Burger King still a company? Yeah, it's still Burger King in America. David says that dude has some crazy eyes. Yes, and thank you, PS3. That's almost worth making a video. I think we'll grab that and make a video because what's that about? Serena says, I love double Whopper and cheese and back deluxe. Bacon deluxe, probably. Moza says, hello, greetings, friend. Happy Friday. We're just doing a Red Dead 1 playthrough.
Hope you enjoy that.
And Odog is smiling at Serena. Serena says, not in Australia. They changed the name here. I wonder why. David says, don't shoot till you see the whites of their eyes. Yes, indeed. Now we're trying to find that stranger. And we're failing miserably. Serena says, bacon deluxe, yes. Yes, everything's better with bacon. I have to agree.
They took my boy. My boy.
Who did?
And this stranger mission went nowhere. We tried, and
Where?
we found
took
some
him?
bones, but we didn't like have to return to her. It was very confusing.
Can't the police force help you?
They can't even help themselves.
Very confusing in Red Dead Redemption
I need your help.
1.
If I find him, I'll bring him back to you.
And we'll just take this Palomino horse. Do you remember that line Eddie Murphy has in O-Dog in Beverly Hills Cop where I forget what her friend says, what his friend's name is, Angie, Allison, when they stop by her car and Eddie says, this is your car, and she goes, no, in Beverly Hills we can just take any car we want. That's kind of what it's like in this game. In Red Dead Redemption you can take any car you want. Serena says, I did this too, it's in my gallery. I don't understand this mission, this side mission at all, because nothing really happens. We find some bones, that's about it. There's no resolution to it. I assume we'll come back to it at some point. It's just the first of... Then we got sidetracked by this guy.
What brings you out this way?
Well, howdy.
Excuse me, friend.
I really enjoy making John
It'd
just
be my pleasure.
ride up in
Man
full
needs a
gallop
drink.
and jump off the horse,
Desiccated land.
and sometimes just
mister.
crash off the horse.
Say, what's that stick you
Bodok
got
says, yeah, he still drives the same blue crappy
Y'all
Chevy
ain't never
Nova.
seen a dowsing rod
Serena
before,
says,
mister?
same was
Never
confusing,
seen a man
Antonio.
summon the water up from the bare earth?
Yeah, we'll watch that
Mr.
when you have time,
Marston.
O-Dog, one of these Saturdays. But David, are you still up for Commando next
Water you
Saturday?
looking for? What's wrong with that lake over there?
If you are, let
Oh,
me
there
know.
ain't nothing wrong with Lake
And
Don
I shall
Julio.
make a thumbnail,
Nothing wrong with it,
and we'll
but
get it in the works.
we lack the fancy irrigation equipment you folks have back east, so man needs a wellspring on his proper tie to ranch here.
Makes sense.
Really glad all of
Why,
you are
know,
here.
Just last week, I was over at Old Pleasant's house. Now, I think
David,
I may
Serena,
found something
O-Dog,
good.
and chat. 8 viewers.
Old Coot that
Appreciate
owns
you
the
being here,
place
friends.
threatened to call the law down on me, so
People act funny around
O-Dog
Serena
says,
with
if not, we can
sticks.
do it Beverly Hills. You want to do it this Saturday?
damn fools.
O-Dog
Bet you
says,
don't
I'm
even
ready.
know how
Oh,
much
okay.
water's running underneath his proper tie.
Well,
Want me to
let
talk?
me know. Okay, well, David said yes, sir. So we'll move you
You know
to...
You ain't that stupid, mister.
David,
I can
we'll do
tell.
Commando
Tell you what, why don't you go get the old man to sell us his
on the
proper tie for a
20th,
small
and
pittance,
O-Dog,
then I
we'll
can
do
find a
Beverly Hills
source of
Cop
water,
on
build
the
us a proper
27th.
wellspring.
How does that sound?
Maybe I will.
David says we can do
Alright,
Beverly Hills Cop first. Okay. I already have the thumbnail for Beverly Hills Cop. So, O-Dog, we're on for the 20th. There we go.
Why don't you head over to Pleasant's house right now?
Axel F.
Let's go.
And that condor just flew right into that cliff. Serena says, be right back, and O-Dog says, good. Okay. We're doing it. There's a lot of swearing in that movie that, you know, I mean, it's available on YouTube, so it's not like I'm swearing. David says, the cast for the new one looks so old. I haven't seen a trailer for it. I've been scared. I don't understand why we have to revisit that franchise. But I'm glad Billy's still alive. Judge Reinhold. And even, I can't remember his name. I'll have to get I have to refamiliarize myself with that movie. Billy's partner. That guy. Taggart, I think. Haven't seen that movie in a long time. It was one of my dad's favorite movies, though. Serge. And then I didn't know what was happening here. I didn't know we'd be attacked immediately. And I was worried about the horses, of course. David said, the Sarge and Billy just wow. Yeah, Billy should be in charge by now. It's been at least 20 years. Well, we'll watch the first one. We'll watch the one that propelled Eddie Murphy into international stardom. Odog says, Taggart was John Ashton. Interestingly enough, in Ghostbusters, the role of Winston, played by Ernie Hudson, was written for Eddie Murphy. But Beverly Hills Cop came out, and there was no way Eddie Murphy had time and was now a headliner. It would be an Eddie Murphy movie if he played Winston in Ghostbusters, so they got Ernie Hudson. So many condors. Odog says, love Ernie. Great actor. Still busy too. Yeah, he's still working. Interestingly, there are no De Lobos in this game. Odog says, is Ghostbusters a free movie? I bet it isn't, Odog. I will look it up. I will look it up.
Let's go.
No, it's buy or rent, but you can get it in 4K. We can do a commentary where I just watch my video of it, and then you guys can watch your copies or stream it. That's how I want to do The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. David says, that was 48 Hours, which also had David Patrick Kelly. Odog says, I love 48 Hours too, and the sequel.
Let's go.
Yeah, you're right, David. It wasn't Ghostbusters, it was 48 Hours. You're right. That came before Ghostbusters. You will be happy to know that these canyons are just as confusing in this game as they are in Red Dead 2. Now we're just trying to get to that stranger. American Appetites.
Whoa there. Let's go.
Odog says, with Nick Nolte. I know Nick Nolte from Blade. He played Whistler. Very difficult to straight line in this game. The terrain is just ridiculously perilous, but you know, I don't really worry about the horses in this game because we can't really bond with them. Can't name them. They don't have any personality. The color and coat variation is nothing special. See, we don't even get an explanation. See some bones and some blood, and that's it. We really should go back to that lady and say we saw like the human remains and we suspect the worst. Also note how the entire map is opened up, except we can't go to Arthur's side of the map. Rather, the names on the map are opened up. But to fast travel, we have to actually go there. Put it that way. Woodhuck says, yeah, with Nick Nolte, it got worse language than Beverly Hills Cop. Well, it's not like I'm going to be swearing. We're just going to be listening to it. A lot of these wolf attacks. John wasn't... this is also an excellent source of income, is collecting animal pelts. Way more in this game than in Red Dead 2. So I didn't even bother here. But we will bother further on because it's an excellent revenue source. Okay, so we'll do Beverly Hills Cop, and then we'll do Way of the Dragon, then Beverly Hills Cop, then Commando, and then we'll see if Serena has anything, and if not, we'll do 47 Ronin with Keanu Reeves, which I believe was the movie he made before John Wick. I like it. It's, you know, it's a samurai movie. It's based on a real legend, a real Japanese legend. But it was not commercially successful. It was a bomb. But it led to John Wick. He pretty much looks like John Wick as a samurai in this movie. Same hair, same shaggy beard. Plus there's a big CGI dragon. You'll enjoy it. Maybe I'll put it to some Ghost of Tsushima playthrough. That would be fun. At any rate, we're just kind of fooling around in Red Dead 1, seeing what it's about. I prefer this side of the map. I'm not having it as much fun in Mexico. It's so political, both sides, the government and the revolutionaries. And I don't know enough about Mexico's history and the Mexican Revolution, quote unquote, to be able to discuss it accurately or with any sense of authority. I should look that up. Serena says, sorry, have to go, got visitors. Okay, no worries, Serena, really appreciate you being here. Happy Saturday for you, and we shall see you soon, friend. Serena says, I will rewatch this again. Well, I appreciate that, and this stream will rewatch you. Dave, I don't know what that means. I just like doing that little reverse thing where you say something and then I flip it around and flip it back on you. David says, see you later, Star. O-Dog says, later, doll. And we're just looking for free stuff.
Howdy, friend. I didn't know anyone lived out here. Whoa!
Now you can't rob the place now, can you? Now get!
Friendly old bastard, ain't you?
I don't need me no
Serena
friends,
says, bye, Antonio.
friend.
Take care. Have a great weekend.
all need
Serena, you
friends,
too,
old-timer.
friend. Appreciate you being
Die
here,
alone,
as
we live
always.
among men.
Wouldn't be the same without you. This guy, I
know, I was
believe, has the
interested in
lease
moving
that
out
we
this way
need
with
that
my
we're
family.
just going to take,
Would you be willing to sell me
unfortunately.
a parcel of land? We wouldn't even have to speak or nothing.
Land's too dry for farming. Bandits run all the cattle off. Why you want this land?
I guess I just like the scenery.
And by take, I mean
Well, I don't know.
violently.
Maybe for $200 I could give you the deed to this land, find myself a place up in Blackwater.
Pound for
Though I
pound,
never could stand the people
I
down
prefer these stranger missions in Red Dead 2. They just seem more... Well, the stories are more interesting to me.
Why don't you come
But
back when you got the
also, I
Why don't you
enjoy
come
these
back when you got
stories
the
in Red
money?
Dead 1 just because
Give me the deed, old man.
they're new to me. I mean, the side
you was no
missions
good the moment I
in Red Dead 1,
baptized
these
you.
stranger encounters. And it took like 4 shots to take him down. Well, we didn't really try for a headshot.
This ain't nice. I know.
Serena says, bye, Antonio. Take care. And then she says, bye, everyone. Take care and have a great weekend. Odog says, these stories are more polished and in Red Dead 2. Yes, I agree. They're just, you know, I hate to overuse that word immersive. But, you know, like the time traveler, Francis, that's fascinating. And I haven't encountered anything like that so far in this game. Just these random little stranger events like this. That guy who's in love with his horse. We had to do that twice. And then the stranger events in Mexico are just like, or they're pretty much just rescues. Find my wagon. Stop, you know, get my horse back. You know, they're a little repetitive, but it's not like we're learning about any like legends or mysteries. I mean, we did get a treasure map that I haven't really dealt with because we're just kind of focused on story mode. Also interesting is you cannot really run your horse into anything in this game at all. And except for NPCs. But if it's an NPC on a horse, you can't see. You can't crash into that cactus. And then they went overboard in what you could run things into in Red Dead 2. And they had to find a fine, happy medium. Yeah, see, John is really trying to run into those horses, and it's not happening at all. And welcome back to Armadillo. Tumbleweed is a dump in 1910. It's very sad. And it's interesting how Tumbleweed in Red Dead 2 is active and alive, and Armadillo is plague-ridden in Red Dead 2. And it's a complete opposite in Red Dead 1. Even though there's no plague in Tumbleweed, but it's completely run down and deserted. Bodok says cholera, yes. But they didn't know it was cholera. Bodok says glad it's gone. Yeah, they figured it out. They fixed it. It's a sanitation issue. See, John's trying to run into those guys, and it's not happening. But it's really easy to go off map. Trying to return that lease. He's going to be mad at us because we killed him, and he knows it. It's blood stained.
Well, howdy. You got the deed?
Yep. Here it is.
Yeah. Oh, there's blood on this deed, Marston. I didn't tell you to kill the poor old man. Here, take the money. That old
But we
bastard's
still
got
get a
son
reward.
living up in Blackwater. So I'd be real careful not to publicize this sale too much. Unless
We did a
killing
mission
entire families is a pleasure.
in Mexico where the reward was 20,000 pesos, and it came out to like $7.
Lord have mercy.
Now what? We should go back home. I wonder if we could fast travel to Mexico from here. I mean, before we've actually gone to Mexico formally. That might be a fun thing to do. By fast traveling from Waypoint instead of a city or a location. John is distracted again by more pseudo condors.
That's better. Come on.
And we can't greet anyone. Hey there, mister. Missed that. You, sir. Ma'am. Did you hear about that door blowing off mid-flight? One of those planes? Alaska Airlines, I believe. That was crazy. It's stressful enough flying. And now you have to worry about, like, the plane walls disintegrating. Odog says, I did. Yeah, that was just crazy. It's just... Odog says, saw it. Yeah, it's just one thing after another. And
Mr.
back to
Marston,
Bonnie's
how
we
are
go.
you?
Good, Miss McFarland. How are you?
I'm well. Would you mind riding with me to Armadillo? I've got to get some
But you know,
supplies, and I can
it's
do
the
with
same
company.
reason that, you know, it's
can
like
take
we
the
are
reins.
allowed, you know,
It
it's like
wouldn't
we
do
have this
for a
opportunity
terrifying
to
bounty hunter
interact
such as
and
yourself
and
to be
um
seen driven around by
and to
a
get to
woman.
know each other, and that you can enjoy my channel.
Take the reins,
It's-
Mr. Marston.
It's the same algorithm that feeds your need for a 24-hour news cycle. Not even 24-hour, like minute by minute news cycle.
Can we stop wasting time and get on with it, please?
You know, an almost
You're
instantaneous.
looking much better,
news
considering you
cycle.
were almost buzzard food a couple days ago.
I have you
And
to
trying to
thank
run
for
over that
Miss.
chicken. We
So
got
do
that
tell me,
NPC. I
have
always
you
like
needlessly
hitting somebody on
risked
the way
your
out
life
of
for the
Bonnie's
last
ranch.
vote?
No, miss.
Because there's
I
no
have not.
consequence to
Well,
it,
that's a relief. Perhaps there's hope for you yet.
for the most
I
part.
wouldn't bet on it.
Oh, there's always hope, Mr. Marston. You can't be a rancher in this kind of country if you
9
don't believe
viewers,
that.
appreciate you being here,
Admirable
friends.
attitude, miss.
We've got about
I
30
suppose
more
so.
minutes left
I
of
can't think
this.
of any other way to stay sane, to be frank. What about you? Have you ever given up hope altogether?
Hope hasn't really entered into it. It's not really something I think about.
It's easier to run
Peculiar
people over
outlook.
with
I
wagons.
can't really say I understand you.
Odog says,
I can't
getting
always
weak.
say I do either.
Well, you've got a
Well,
big
don't
day
be so
tomorrow, Odog.
literally enigmatic.
I'm not, miss.
Yes,
Gaming
you
at the
are.
tables
You are
and
being
then
deliberately
gaming with
obscure
friends.
as a substitute for having a personality.
I just know there
Don't
are
feel,
two theories to arguing with women.
I never want you to
And
feel
neither one
obligated to be
works.
here. I want you to be
I'm
here
not even
because
going to
you know,
dignify
because
that
you want to and you
description
enjoy it.
response.
So if you gotta go, don't worry about it. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. The chat is behaving itself now that it's subscribers only.
I don't. We talked about coming
Excellent
down here many
suggestion.
times, but never made it.
I don't think we're ever going back to
Me
a
and the folks I
just
used to work
to a
with.
wild
Yeah, I knew all
free roam chat.
That's the real outlaw country. Where the
I don't
old
see any
ways still
reason
hold
to.
true. Do a man wrong, he'll shoot you for it. Do a
It's like having a bouncer at the door,
Well, he still may shoot
checking
you for it,
IDs.
But at least you have an idea of what's right and what's wrong there.
Dear, oh dear, Mr. Marston. What dreadful novel did you get that romanticized
So don't worry,
world
O-Dog.
out of? Those
We're
days
fine.
are long gone, if they were ever here at all.
If you gotta go, you gotta
According to
go.
Paul, those
And
days were just people
Godspeed
shooting
to
each
you,
other because they
friend.
lost cars.
Really appreciate
We'll
you
be
having
lucky
here,
if our ranch survives
as
another 5
always.
years. Businessmen are the new cowboys.
Excuse me, sir. Pardon me, sir. No time for, and there's no camps to routinely inspect. Regrettably,
You look like a man who's been through the
in this
mill.
game. What's that about?
Thank you.
I mean, you've lived some life. I'm 27 years old and I have rarely left Hennigan's stead. Although many years ago we did briefly employ a French governess. Well, I think she was French. She said she was French, but she spoke Russian. That was when Paul thought I would become a lady. So this is Armadillo. Manhattan it is not. But it does okay for
That
us.
moose above the gunsmith was a long way from home. As far as I know, there are no moose in Red
Most
Dead
important thing for you right now is getting yourself to
1,
Dr. Johnson's
perhaps in
office
tall
to order
trees.
some medicine.
I know there's Bigfoots,
The first one's on me.
Thank you, miss.
but we
I'll pay
haven't,
back.
you know,
I'm
we
sure
haven't
you
gotten there
shall.
yet.
The doc's a good fellow. He saved your life, so be polite to him. Meet me in front of the general store
See
when
that
you're
little
done.
touch Bonnie gave him?
How can I help you?
And John needs to investigate that gunfire.
I want no part of this.
But the game wants us to deal with the doctors.
The whole town needs my ex.
Hello, friend.
Rattlesnake vet next month. Guess that means I'll be busy. Any meds, laudanum, adrenaline, or
And some apples for the horse. But we can't really feed the horse, and it doesn't really do anything. I mean, it helps with the stamina, kind of, in theory.
hello there.
Well, thanks for driving me. It was nice to be able to enjoy the view for once. And a little company never hurts now and again.
You're more than welcome, miss. Least I can do.
Bonnie's
Thank you for the
so
medicine.
grateful
Why
for
don't you have a
John's
look around
companionship.
Armadillo? You can always take a stagecoach back to the ranch later.
But
I might
there are
just do
so many
Travel safe,
male
miss.
ranch hands on
Try
a
not to get
ranch.
yourself shot.
I guess
I won't be
they're-
around to save you this time.
She doesn't consider them friends, they're employees. But John kind of works for her. John is basically working for her. I don't know what's up with that. Apart from she likes him and he kind of likes her. But he's married and he's true to Abigail. Or as true as he can be in 1910.
What's your problem, partner?
Haven't really purchased any of these properties. I'd rather just rent. I mean, I'd rather just set up camp. We did get a deluxe camp,
Keep your eyes open, mister.
which refills our ammo every time we set it up. So that's very helpful.
Good to be seeing you. There is nobody here.
And the fast travel from camp is very convenient. I had no idea that was a feature of Red Dead 1 that they
Look out, mister.
pretty much take away from Red Dead 2 until the PC version was released.
Well, hello there.
And you can't fast travel to Waypoint like you can here. You can't customize it. You can only fast travel to a city or location.
Thank you kindly.
Hey, handsome. Are you busy?
So that's one advantage to Red Dead 1 that I appreciate that we don't have in Red Dead 2. Now what? David says that's the same dude in the bar that John sees in Red Dead 2. I didn't notice. So he survived the plague, David. Technically, it's only 3 years later. Then we had a movie. There's a movie theater in the schoolroom. So we watched the movie just to see what it was like. $2 seems a little overpriced, especially when we have basically $50. But I really wanted to see what it was like. What are the movies like in Red Dead 1? Note the animation is better. Red Dead 2 movies with Arthur are basically just slideshows. And again, like all the entertainment in Red Dead 2, this is pretty much just a commercial for, in this case, Miracle Tonics. We are out of green tea. Also interesting, you can't go into first person at all in this game. I mean, this is the closest you get. Whereas in Red Dead 2, you have the option to completely go first person. "99% special medicine powder." Don't know if I can say that word on the live stream. And he's completely revitalized. Miko Herptile. Greetings, friend. Reminds me of Nigel West Dickens. Yes, indeed it does. We met him, not in this playthrough, but we shall meet him. Miko, greetings. Shout out to the Philippines. Glad you're here, friend. We are just wrapping up our Red Dead 1 playthrough. We have about 20 minutes left. The first one, part 1. Part 2 will be next Friday. Miko, we will be watching The Way of the Dragon tomorrow night on Saturday. Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris. That's the one set in Rome. And then the following Saturday will be Beverly Hills Cop with O-Dog. Sunday and Monday we'll be back to the cutscene commentary. We gotta finish those. And then it's just... And then after that, it's just Red Dead Redemption for the foreseeable future. I have at least 9 videos so far, 9 live streams. It's like 18 hours, 9 2-hour chunks of streams. So we'll be doing this for a while. We'll be in Red Dead 1 for a while. And we're just taking our time, exploring it as thoroughly as we can. I will show you everything, the wins and the fails, and believe me, there are a lot of fails. I have my Red Dead 2 reflexes, and it's completely different. But it's familiar enough that you think they would like overlap, like R1 for the weapon wheel, but they don't really overlap. Movement mechanics are really twitchy. Aiming, also very twitchy. In fact, the right stick, very twitchy.
Salutations, sir.
We had a Gatling gun mission today. It was ridiculous. I think it was just as twitchy as Red Dead 2. Odog says, okay, night, friends. Yeah, Odog, you take it easy. You got a big day tomorrow. Have fun, and I shall see you soon, friend. Appreciate you being here, as always. Also interesting, if you want to know the time, you have to consult, you have to go to that main screen, basically consult the map, and you'll get the time, and also your money. David says, see a big dog, and Miko says, good night, O-Dog. Miko, I saw a snake on Instagram and I thought of you. I'm looking it up now. It didn't look real. It is the it's called the California red-sided garter snake, and it's like it looks like a rainbow snake. It didn't look real. It looked photoshopped, but I'm looking at pictures of it now. California red-sided garter snake.
I have no idea.
It looks like a snake from another planet.
Suddenly the world is full of that.
Very pretty.
I remember when we first got here.
I'm surprised no one's made
to be exotic.
cowboy boots
Now
out of
guys
them.
can get here from the Midwest, and they can do it in 6 days.
But it's super rare, so maybe they have.
They've gotten away from me. Hello? I don't understand it no more, boy.
And back to the sheriffs we go.
I'm not sure I do.
Marshall! Marshall!
Miko says, oh yes, it's an endangered species, I believe. Yeah, I think it is. Probably because it's so pretty. But I've never heard of it.
Twins and a couple of Mexicans.
They up there right now?
Well, it was a group of 4 men rounding up Mr. Gulch's livestock, and none of them looked like any of Gulch's hands, so yes, sir, right now.
That sarcasm's most unbecoming, Eli. It's gonna hold you back in life, even worse than your lazy eye. All right, let's go. You ride with us again, Marson?
Will you help me?
I will try.
It'd be my pleasure.
Scrolling through Instagram and also Twitter can be very addictive. It's what I'll usually do during commercials on like Freebie or Tubi. There's Sadie popping up for a minute and repositioning herself for more sleeping. She's really not good at co-hosting these live streams. And it's funny because she's so compliant and tired. You don't see her during the day when she's just a wild child and completely active and, running around happy.
You sure are a tight-lipped son of a bitch, mister.
I guess I am. Ain't gonna dig this hole no deeper.
You just see her when she's tired.
All proud and superior. Don't forget you need us more than we need you.
So I don't want you to get the impression that she's like this all the time. Miko says, hey there, Sadie. Yeah, see, she's already asleep again.
Listen to your boss, Jonah. There's a good boy. Otherwise, I'll put a hole in your head.
Doesn't understand why I'm talking so much, probably, and not talking to her. Very confusing. It is a Red Dead mystery.
I ain't for all this government interference.
Believe me, Marshall.
Yeah, so in this game, basically, I'm good at the shooting, kinda good at... Well, actually, no, I'm just good at the shooting. I'm not good at the racing, I'm not good at the driving, and I'm horrible at the Gatling gun.
Come on.
This was fun exploring these caverns. It was
Head for the fort.
very elaborate.
Be ready, boys. We're probably going to be outnumbered.
Also, the caverns in this game are not even half as claustrophobic as the caverns in Red Dead 2.
Smoke the sons of bitches.
Music to my ears, Marshall.
It's just like walking in a room. it's not. So, one, they really improved it in Red Dead 2, but Red Dead 2 improved in basically every way, except the character of John, which they had to downgrade, of course. But I enjoy the caves in Red Dead 1 far more than Red Dead 2, simply because they are not as cavernous. And actually, we're not going to the caves here. We're just kind of dealing with some the Bollard gang.
There's one more for the vultures.
Target these jokers, stick and move.
You boys
We really
take
had to
the
pay
left
more
one.
attention
I'm
to
going
cover
this way.
because
Marston, you can tag
we
along
weren't
with me or
really.
join the
I mean,
deputy.
there's no such thing as a miracle tonic in this game. There's medicine that will kind of restore your health, but it's pretty worthless. I think it's, as a strategy, it's easier to
Me and
just
you again, Marston.
duck and cover.
Let's hope this goes as well as last time.
Cover and wait and reload your health. So that's basically what we did. I don't know if we're doing it right now. We're still, first playthrough. We still have a bunch of Red Dead 2 reflexes. We really should have some medicine right now, and we won't. Because at this point in the game, I didn't know how to access the satchel. Super annoying. Let's try that again, shall we? So we pretty much just kind of
Come on,
powered
Marston.
through everything.
Just make sure you don't slow me down.
Yeah, duck and cover, Marston.
I'm up, boy. Behind that rock.
Wasn't very confident in our Deadeye skills at this point.
That'll do it. Come on, let's keep moving. There's our boys on the other side. Hellfire!
Put your gun down, friend!
Watch out! More of the bastards!
That carbine repeater is basically useless. Interesting in this game, it's called a repeater carbine.
Kill you all! Stay with me!
We will get the Winchester and the Henry at some point, but this is what we got to work with now.
I'm giving you one last chance to put your hands in the air. Tell the ballers to give themselves up, or we'll kill every last one of you. Good shooting, boy. Fully loaded.
This is where it is, buddy!
I see
Right
one of 'em.
here!
Come on, let's get these sons of bitches. There's the son of a bitch. Christ alive. Look, over there.
Yeah, I found it much easier just to hide and reload health and not really care about timing this event. David says, Arturo's first rifle, yes, but the carbine repeater in Red Dead 2 is so much more responsive than this one. I mean, you can upgrade it, and it's a fine weapon once you upgrade it, with the rifling and the iron sights and express ammo. I mean, you can use that through the whole game.
Don't leave yourself open.
Miko says, seems like the West was wilder in Red Dead 1 than in Red Dead 2. Yes, 10 years later. This is 1910. Also, Red Dead 1, I mentioned it earlier, is way more political than Red Dead 2. But, again, we have to deal with a revolution in Mexico, in Mexico. But it's even political up here.
keep moving.
There's always cash in those chests,
Let's
and
go.
that's
Be
about it.
careful. I think I spotted some snipers.
Then we move on because the mission
Look
wasn't
out.
over.
There are them snipers. Put down your guns and surrender.
Finally, we're using our Deadeye. I wonder if John remembers that he was basically in this same location with Sadie, with Mrs. Adler, for a bounty mission. And I wonder if the devs deliberately did that, wrote that into that location because of this mission.
Come on, let's get to the rest of the boys.
All in all, I think they did a pretty good job of dovetailing these two games together. I mean, they did the best they could. I'm not really seeing any inconsistencies or plot holes, at least so far. Other than the fact that there's no trapper and the graphics downgraded geometrically by the time we got to 1910.
The hell's wrong with you?
Can I borrow this, friend?
I know this game was
This
a
looks as good a
masterpiece
spot as any.
for its time,
Gather around, listen up.
and I wish I could play it with eyes that have not seen Red Dead 2, because regrettably, this game seems washed out and crude and wooden coming from Red Dead 2. And while I'm enjoying it from a historical perspective, I don't know if I'll ever play this game, and I don't think I would play this game with any of the intensity and passion that I play Red Dead 2. But of course, part of that is the free roaming aspect in this game is not as immersive and as well developed as the free roaming in Red Dead 2. And these missions are okay, they're fun, you know, shoot things, collect cash. But they do get a little repetitive for me, especially when we get to Mexico. Miko, how are you, friend? Appreciate you being here. Don't know if I asked. Happy Friday. Probably happy Saturday for you. Don't forget to check those tents, Marston.
I think that's all of them.
There's cash
Fine
in
shooting,
there.
boys. Now come on, let's untie those hostages.
Thanks, Marshal. We're indebted to you with our lives.
Just get them cattle back safe.
All right. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well done, Mr. Marston.
Yes, well done.
Now, about Williamson.
Yeah, so
I'll do what I
at
can.
this point,
You know, as you can see, this
or
country
at the
is
point that
infested with
I'm
all
at,
manner of
we
scum.
are
Say
we
that?
are knee deep in
One other thing,
Mexico,
Marston. Mr. Johnson,
looking
sir,
for Javier
is
and
Mr.
Bill,
Wes Dickens.
and
He's missing.
getting involved in the
Mr.
local
Wes
politics,
Dickens, the tonics
playing
merchant.
both
He was
sides
due in
of
town
the
last
revolution.
week.
Miko says, I agree,
narcotic and
but I've
Baptist
seen many
salesman.
people who finished
John's
Red Dead
housewives
2
out of their money
take an
and
interest in
promises
playing
of
Red Dead
betraying
1 for the
Yes,
first time.
but I think
Same
it'd be a
here.
little unfair.
And Miko says, hey,
He
yep,
sold a great
doing all
many in
right.
the
Hope you are
county,
all
and many of
too.
the townsfolk
Yes,
are
we
really
are.
missing
Thank you
him.
very much.
You hear that, Marston? We just butchered a gang of thieves.
Yeah, again, I'm
Town is
interested
up
in a
arms
historical
about a missing
perspective,
snake
and I'm
merchant.
certainly happy
I'm
to
so
do a
glad to be
playthrough for the
serving such
channel,
wise and respectable people.
but I don't know if we'll
Eli.
ever come back. I don't know if we'll ever come back to it. David says, this was about a year old when I played it. And did you think it was a masterpiece? I know it won Game of the Year. Collecting a little cash. And then we accidentally skinned a horse. That was horrifying, even though they didn't show it. Not in this playthrough. Not yet. We don't have to worry about it now, but it was just awful that we were allowed to do that. I thought we could check the saddlebags, and that did not happen at all. David says, was my first Western game ever. Yeah, I'm happy to say Red Dead 2 was my first Western game ever, and wow, it literally changed my life. Can you hear Sadie? She's snoring now. I don't want to move the mic. "13 viewers in the chat. Say hi, friends. Appreciate you being here. Don't love the hunting in this game, and David, we didn't really find that many frying pans to shoot, regrettably. David says Kodak snores like a grown man. Well, a tired dog is a happy dog. Yeah, Sadie's snores are very they're very ladylike.
Let's go.
David says, hit that like button, fellers. Yeah, appreciate that, David.
Interesting friend.
And appreciate you all being here. You're the reason I do this.
Come on.
Also, I pretty much just spent the week playing with this game and not thinking about the horse show, but we are going to do a horse show. I just have to make the video announcing it, and then I will start working on that. I do feel I need to take a break from this game because I'm about 43% in, and like I was playing today in Mexico and just not exactly uninspired. I mean, I will finish it, but if I was playing for myself for fun, I probably would abandon the game at this point and just go back to Arthur. I mean, if I didn't have this channel. David says, it really helps the channel grow. Spread the word, Mockingbird, about this channel. Yes, please do. I don't say that enough. I don't self-promote enough. I know I should. I did get a haircut. I don't know if you noticed. Looks good in the thumbnail.
Yeah. Come on, easy up there.
Forgot to mention that. I'll mention that tomorrow. For Bruce Lee. It's kind of a Bruce Lee haircut.
Let's go.
And oddly enough, we couldn't get the horse to cross that bridge. It was very... Again, the horse mechanics are weird. So we did a little experiment where we ran across and then we tried to whistle for him. And I think the horse will just take the long way around. David says, looks fine as wine and mellow as jello. David is in a rhyming mood tonight. He's always happy when he's rhyming. Let's move on. And pretty much not sure what we were. Oh, we got to see West Nigel Dickens next. But we're not going to do that in this playthrough, I believe. I believe we're just heading back to Bonnie. Oh, note, I don't note in this video, but McFarlane's Ranch has their own flag. It's kind of based on the Texas flag, and I don't know if that flag is up in Red Dead 2. But I like the idea that a ranch has its own flag. It's like a coat of arms in America. And I wondered what this X was. We need to do a routine patrol of McFarlane's Ranch. David says, I'm a poet and don't know it. I'm afraid you do. You're being ironic, David. And I do like these routine patrols with the dog. You can do this in Mexico, too. We do this a lot. And this is something that I would enjoy having in Red Dead 2. Bringing this back. It seems to me, I mean, the code exists. And knowing nothing about developing a game, I think it'd be really easy to just cut and paste this code into Red Dead 2, and and then tweak it, do the tweaks you have to, but to follow this dog and have random encounters with criminals, cattle rustlers in Mexico. There's a lot of like robberies you got to stop, and it'd be fun to do this pretty much in all the cities and on Emerald Ranch. Emerald Ranch is pretty much Arthur's version of McFarlane's Ranch, except without the daughter, without Bonnie. The daughter is missing. That's interesting. That would make an interesting video. Emerald Ranch versus McFarlane's Ranch. Because there are two daughters, except one of them is missing. And McFarlane's Ranch is, Emerald Ranch is just as elaborate and as expansive as Bonnie's Ranch. It even has its own train station. I'm making a note of that right now.
What was that, boy?
I wrote McFarlane, not McFarlane, because it's a tiny keyboard that makes no sense. Yeah, see, now we can collect reward. We can shoot these guys. In Mexico, technically you're supposed to like hog tie him and bring him back and get more, but I mean, if we're allowed to shoot, I'm going to shoot. Not so concerned with honor in this game. No time for it, don't care. And not as invested in this Marston because we can't really customize him. A little bit of cash. And we can go back to our cabin. See, we got that gentleman's outfit, and then we got all these undiscovered outfits. This sleep save menu reminds me of the typewriter in Resident Evil. Always thought that typewriter was clever. And this is all our stuff. David says, okay, cowpokes, I will see us tomorrow. David, appreciate you being here, friend. As always. It's always a pleasure. Glad you got to talk to Serena. And, yeah, we'll do Bruce Lee tomorrow. He's a legend. David says, ta-ta for now, friends. Stay safe and healthy. Titafin. Or Titafin. And, actually, excellent timing, David. That's about all I have for you tonight. David says, y'all come back now, you hear? Appreciate all of you being here. This playthrough will continue next Friday because I have to finish the cutscene commentary. Tomorrow night we're watching The Way of the Dragon with Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris, which will settle the age-old question, who will win in a fight, Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris. And it's a Bruce Lee movie, it's not a Chuck Norris movie, so you know who will win. Sunday and Monday are going to be cutscene commentaries because we got to finish that up. And then we shall return to Red Dead 1 on Free Roam Fridays, on Fridays. On Fridays, we Red Dead 1 for the time being. Miko Herptile says, thanks for the stream. Miko, thanks for being here, friend. I appreciate all of you. Have a great rest of your evening, and hopefully we shall see you tomorrow for The Way of the Dragon on